What's going on, everybody? How's everybody? Gonna have a serious discussion. I want some real answers. I know I'm gonna get a lot of crazy negative stuff, but it's okay. Right now I'm just sitting here getting a little 5 minutes, 10 minutes to myself. Sometimes you need that little 5, 10 minutes, even if it's just 5 minutes of alone time for yourself to just reflect and reconnect with yourself. I know my son's okay. He's in there watching TV. I can see him. Being high support needs, you always gotta watch out for them and watch over them. They can never be by themselves or be unattended. But the serious question is, and it's always lingered on my mind: can a person pushing 60 still get into a relationship? You know, or any single parent, for that matter. It's hard. There's a lot of single parents out there, especially single parents with dealing with special needs, whether it's a man or woman. Can we get back on the saddle and try to go out dating again? You know, for me, it's a touchy subject. If you know, you know. I haven't been on a date in over 20 years. I love women, but I hadn't been on a date in over 20 years, and it's kind of hard because I'm pushing 60. I'm going to be 58 this year. I'm going to be 58, so might as well say I'm pushing 60. Uh, I'm a single dad. I live in an RV. We get by. My son's 38. His priorities, his whole life is always going to come first, no matter what. And can older adults, raising older single adults with adult children that are high support needs, can they get back into the saddle relationship? See, as for me, I put my whole life aside. Literally put my whole life aside. Got married when I was 16, still a kid, to being a single dad, raising a beautiful boy by the age of 2, being his mom and dad at the age of 2 in my 20s. And a few years later, my brother, God rest his soul, he had lost one of his legs and one of his eyesight went blind due to diabetes. So I stepped up to the plate and took care of that old man for over 18 years. And that's what my whole life was about. I worked, I came home, I took care of my brother, and I took care of my son. That was my routine, and I was okay with it. I'm still okay with it, I've never regretted the life I had, ever. Never regretted the life I had, but do I miss the companionship of a woman? Yeah. Do I miss that connection where I can just sit down and talk to a girl? Yeah. Probably wouldn't know how to interact with one now, but it's been so long. But yeah, the quiet nights, just sitting there curled up with a girl and watching a movie, or walks at the park, or just interacting with the opposite sex. But it's been so long, I wouldn't know how to do it anymore, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I love my life. I've chose this life, and I'm really thankful because God put me in a higher position to be responsible of my brother, and especially my son. That's a great honor to be entrusted with such a precious person, such as my son. He's an angel. Children with special needs are God's children, and I'm truly blessed. But I think about it a lot. What is it like to be back in a relationship? The person that ever did would have to understand that. My son will always come first. My son will always be number one. And you can have the most beautiful girl in the world, and guys will just envy and be jealous of you. But if she doesn't have a pure heart and understand that your kid's going to be no matter what in your life, it's not even worth it. Me, I want what's beautiful inside here and beautiful inside here. Who cares about the looks? Who cares about what they people say, whatever, it's hard. So what is your honest opinion? Can people pushing in their 60s still get back on the saddle and date again? I know there's a lot of single parents out there, especially a lot of single parents with special needs, and it's hard for us. And I just want your true input. I'm going to get a lot of crazy negative, and I'll probably see this on the other hate pages, but I don't care. It has to be said. It's always crossed my mind a lot of times. So give me your input and what you think. once again, I'm happy with my life. I love my life. I'm thankful for my son. I'm blessed every day I wake up to see that beautiful boy. But sometimes it gets lonely. Sometimes I wonder what it's like to be in a relationship with a girl and a woman. And it's just always top of my mind. What do you think? Now I'm going to go check on my son. Why? Because that's what parents do. He's too quiet. We love y'all.